Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. Kevin Durant has done it again. The man just can't stay out of the headlines. In a move that has absolutely rocked the NBA world, Durant has officially signed a 4-year deal with the Boston Celtics, sending shockwaves across the league and sparking endless debates on sports talk shows, podcasts, and group chats everywhere. This isn't just another superstar changing jerseys. This feels like a full-on power shift in the balance of basketball's elite hierarchy. After years of speculation about Durant's next move, after whispers of him wanting another shot at a championship legacy, Boston emerged from the shadows and pulled off one of the most unexpected signings in recent NBA history. Fans in Boston are losing their minds, already dreaming of green and white confetti falling from the rafters again, while other fan bases are left scratching their heads, wondering how this deal even came to be. It's wild to think that a franchise already boasting Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just added one of the most gifted scorers of all time. The NBA landscape just changed overnight, and honestly, it's going to take a while for fans, players, and analysts to fully process the magnitude of what just happened. The buzz started quietly, almost too quietly, as if no one dared to believe it could be real. Rumors began swirling online that Durant had met privately with Celtics executives during the offseason, but most people brushed it off as just another offseason fantasy. After all, Boston had been to multiple Eastern Conference finals and even won a championship recently. Why mess with the formula? But behind the scenes, the front office was cooking something big, something bold, something that could define the next era of basketball in Beantown. Sources say Durant was drawn to Boston's winning culture, its disciplined system, and the opportunity to play alongside young superstars who could extend his championship window. What's even crazier is that the deal reportedly came together in a matter of days, with both sides sealing the agreement before the media had a sniff. By the time the news broke, it was already done. And the reactions? Absolute chaos. Twitter, or X as it's now called, exploded with takes, memes, disbelief, and, of course, fans declaring that the Celtics have officially entered dynasty mode. But not everyone is celebrating this shocking move. Some critics argue that Durant's decision to join another already loaded roster tarnishes his legacy even further, reigniting old debates about his tendency to chase rings rather than build his own path. The comparisons to his Golden State Warriors move are already flooding in. People are saying this is 2016 all over again, but others are pushing back hard, claiming that this time it's different. Boston isn't the unbeatable juggernaut the Warriors were when Durant joined them. Instead, they're a team that's been great but not unstoppable, a team that still needs that final piece to put them over the top. Durant might just be that missing ingredient, the cold-blooded closer who can deliver when the lights are brightest. Love him or hate him, you can't deny that wherever Durant goes, the league follows. And with this signing, he's put the NBA on notice once again. The road to the title now runs straight through Boston. Inside the Celtics locker room, the atmosphere is said to be electric. Reports suggest that Jason Tatum personally reached out to Durant weeks before the signing, expressing how much he admired his game and how badly he wanted to team up. That conversation, insiders say, played a massive role in convincing Durant to take the leap. Tatum and Durant already share a mutual respect, dating back to their Team USA days, where they built chemistry and trust on and off the court. The idea of those two sharing the floor in Celtic green is enough to make any basketball purist's heart race. Add Jaylen Brown's two-way dominance to the mix, and Boston suddenly looks like the most terrifying trio in basketball. But make no mistake, this move isn't just about star power. It's about legacy, about cementing Durant's place among the all-time greats. If he can bring a championship back to Boston, one of the most storied franchises in sports history, it could redefine how fans and historians remember him. The financial details of the deal are staggering. 4 years, nearly $220 million. That's the reported value of Durant's contract with the Celtics. It's a commitment that signals both sides are all in No half measures, no short-term rentals. Boston isn't just trying to win now. They're building a powerhouse for the foreseeable future. For Durant, it's an opportunity to play meaningful basketball deep into the postseason every year, surrounded by one of the best supporting casts in the league. For the Celtics, it's a statement to the rest of the NBA. They're done playing around. They want rings, and they're willing to go all in to get them. The question now is, how will the rest of the league respond? Because one thing's for sure, no team can afford to ignore Boston anymore. Whether it's Milwaukee, Miami, or even Denver, every contender has just been put on notice that the Celtics aren't just contenders. They might be the new standard. Still, beneath all the hype, there's an undercurrent of uncertainty. Durant's recent injury history looms over every conversation about this deal. At 37, he's not the same player who once terrorized defenses with effortless crossovers and silky jumpers. Can he stay healthy enough to make this experiment work? That's the million-dollar question. The Celtics' medical and training staff will have their hands full managing his minutes, his rest, and his recovery. But knowing Durant's work ethic, his obsession with greatness, and his ability to silence doubters, it wouldn't be surprising if he turned back the clock once more. Fans in Boston are already imagining that first game at TD Garden, the crowd chanting his name as he drains 3 after 3. Whether this move ends in glory or disappointment, one thing is undeniable. This season just got a whole lot more interesting. The news of Kevin Durant joining the Boston Celtics didn't just dominate the sports world. It hijacked it completely. Every TV network, every radio show, every social media feed is buzzing with hot takes, predictions, and disbelief. Fans are split right down the middle. Half are calling it a genius move that cements Boston as title favorites for years to come, while the other half says it's another example of Durant taking the easy way out. But honestly, isn't that what makes him so fascinating? The guy is a walking contradiction, quiet but outspoken, loyal but restless, a generational talent who never seems content with where he is. This latest twist in his career feels almost poetic, like a final act in a story defined by greatness, controversy, and reinvention. Whether you love him or hate him, Durant has a way of making the NBA feel like must-watch theater. And with him now, wearing Celtic green, the script just got even more unpredictable. It's hard to ignore how perfectly this move aligns with Boston's identity. The Celtics have always thrived on star duos and trios. Think Bird, McHale, Parrish, Pierce, Garnett, Allen. Durant's arrival feels like a spiritual continuation of that tradition, a return to the era of dominance through balance and chemistry. Brad Stevens, the mastermind in the front office, deserves a standing ovation for pulling off what most thought was impossible. It takes guts to make a move like this, especially in a league where egos, money, and media pressure can crush even the boldest of plans. But Stevens read the room, saw an opportunity, and went for it. Now, Boston stands on the edge of a new dynasty. The city that breathes basketball is ready for another banner. And with Durant joining forces with Tatum and Brown, that 18 championship banner doesn't just feel possible, it feels inevitable. The rest of the NBA? They're playing catch-up. Of course, with great power comes great pressure, and Durant knows that better than anyone. He's walking into a locker room with sky-high expectations and a fan base that demands excellence. Boston fans are passionate, loud, and unforgiving. They'll cheer you like family when you deliver, but they'll turn on you just as fast if you falter. Durant's relationship with the media has always been complicated, and in Boston, that spotlight only gets brighter. Every missed shot, every post-game comment, every smirk will be dissected and debated. But maybe that's what he wants, the challenge, the noise, the intensity. Maybe after years of bouncing between teams, he's finally found a place that matches his fire. If he embraces the grind, if he buys into the culture, this could be the start of something legendary. But if old patterns return, the critics will be waiting, ready to say, "We told you so." But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Behind the scenes, players across the league are reacting with a mix of shock, respect, and a little bit of fear. Several stars reportedly reached out to Durant immediately after the announcement, some congratulating him, others just stunned that he chose Boston over other rumored destinations like Phoenix, New York, or even a return to Golden State. One anonymous player was quoted saying, "If he's serious about this, the league's in trouble." And honestly, they might be right. A locked-in Durant on a team with depth, defense, and structure is terrifying. Boston already boasted one of the best defenses in the league, and now they've added one of the most unstoppable scorers in NBA history. The chessboard has changed, and it's clear the Celtics just made their checkmate move. The upcoming season isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about legacies, rivalries, and redemption stories colliding on the biggest stage. Meanwhile, in Brooklyn, Phoenix, and Oklahoma City, there's a different kind of energy, a mix of nostalgia and disbelief. Fans who once adored Durant can't help but feel a little betrayed again. It's a familiar cycle. Durant builds something, then moves on before it fully matures. But maybe that's just who he is, a basketball nomad chasing perfection. Still, this move feels different. This isn't about running from something. It's about running towards something bigger. Boston represents structure, heritage, accountability, everything Durant has been craving since he left Golden State. The Celtics aren't just another team. They're a brand of excellence. And if he can lead them to glory, it could finally silence the whispers that have followed him for years. Maybe this is where Kevin Durant stops searching and finally finds home. So here we are, the NBA world flipped upside down once again by one man's decision. The season hasn't even started, and already storylines are bursting from every corner. Will Durant and Tatum coexist as equals, or will egos clash? Will Jaylen Brown accept his role as the third star, or will tension simmer beneath the surface? Can Boston's chemistry survive the weight of expectations? No one knows, but that's the beauty of it. The uncertainty, the anticipation, the sheer drama of what's about to unfold. One thing is certain. Every game featuring the Celtics just became must-watch television. And when the playoffs roll around, every camera, every spotlight, every ounce of pressure will be focused squarely on Kevin Durant. Because if this gamble pays off, he won't just have another ring. He'll have redemption, respect, and maybe, just maybe, the legacy he's been chasing all along. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.